Alright guys, so welcome back to our little crash course on AP Psychology. And what we're going to be talking about today is 4 confusing pairs as well as the placebo effect, because we feel like you should really know that for the AP exam. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we want to cover today is random sampling and random assignment. So random assignment is actually more experimental. So if you see all these 5 things right here, random assignment would be saying randomly selecting, say perhaps 3 of these to be in group A, and randomly selecting 2 of them to be in group B.
So, random sampling is when you have a large group of people and you randomly select someone from the group, and everyone has an equal chance. So, for example, wow, look at this. Everyone can get coffee, but Michael was lucky number 10, and so he's been chosen to answer a questionnaire.
What's your question?
Michael, what's your favorite type of coffee?
Personally, most people would say Starbucks, but I'm actually more of a McDonald's type of man, 2 cream, 1 sugar.
Even though he said brand and I said type, it was still okay.
So now we just talked about random sampling and random assignment. To remember random sampling, think about the word sampling. Think about sampling food. You don't do anything to the food, you just test it. On the other hand, random assignment is actually assigning people to do experimental stuff. So think about assigning to an experiment. Alright, so the second thing we want to cover is the lateral hypothalamus and the ventromedial hypothalamus. So the lateral hypothalamus is, it does, Okay, so the lateral hypothalamus is what kind of gives you hunger senses, and the ventromedial hypothalamus is what suppresses hunger. So let's actually see how that works. Actual scientific data.
Okay everyone, we are here at Carnegie Vanguard High School. I am Dylan the vlogger, and we are going to be looking and vlogging Carnegie students in their natural habitat working on psych tests. Okay, so here we go. Carnegie students. I think these people are juniors. Let's see what. What are they talking about? I think they're talking about their 5 terms. Oh, look, we got some guys off task over here, walking around, not doing any work. Oh, some people sitting down. Oh, I think I see a phone. I don't know what they're doing. Definitely not doing work. Wow, this scenery at Carnegie Vanguard High School is very amazing. Oh my gosh, there's a stranger. Who are you? Who are you?
Hey, I'm actually your lateral hypothalamus. I think you're feeling hungry.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, I am kind of hungry. Hey guys, according to my lateral hypothalamus, I'm kind of hungry. And you know what? I actually am kind of hungry. So I'm going to eat. I'll be back streaming in about 5 minutes. Peace.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, 1, I'm hungry, and 2, I'm really scared of making this jump. I don't think I can handle it, especially on my knee. Oh God. That is 4.
Listen to me.
What was that?
I am your ventromedial hypothalamus.
Really? What do you do?
I help you in times of need like right now. You are not hungry and you are not scared.
You know what? I'm
Make the jump.
I'm not hungry anymore, and I'm not scared at all.
Yeah.
That was easy.
So, folks, to remember the ventromedial versus the lateral hypothalamus, for ventromedial, you can think of someone venting. So when someone's venting and telling you all about their problems, you just want them to stop. Just like how the ventromedial hypothalamus suppresses your hunger. For the lateral hypothalamus, think of just something like in a long continuous line, like going on forever horizontally or laterally. And that can be used to think of your hunger just being stimulated to go on further and further.
Alright, so the third thing I want to talk about now is inferential statistics and descriptive statistics. So, descriptive statistics is basically just looking at things and being able to describe them using statistics. So if we look outside, you can see that 4 out of those 10 tables out there actually have an umbrella. So the statistic would be that 40% of the tables outside in Carnegie's courtyard have an umbrella.
So inferential statistics is when you make an inference based on the data you collected over the population. So in this section of Carnegie right here, 40% of them are shaded. So we can make an inference that on the green roof, that 40% of the tables over there are shaded. So to make a difference between the two, you know that descriptive, you're describing the population, and from inferential, you're making an inference or something about the population.
Alright, so the next confusing period I want to talk about is the corpus callosum and the cerebral cortex. So let's talk about the cerebral cortex. Alright, so I'm the brain, I'm just taking a little stroll, you know. And I'm the cerebral cortex, and I cover the brain. So, now we're going to talk about the corpus callosum. So this right here is the corpus callosum. And I'm the right side hemisphere of the brain, and Michael's going to be the left side hemisphere. So the corpus callosum divides the two hemispheres, and it also communicates between the two. Hey corpus callosum, can you tell Michael to eat the food? Hey Michael, eat the food. I guess I'll eat the food now.
So, when you want to know the difference between the two, an easy way to remember is in the word corpus callosum. You can think you have the word call in callosum, and the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere uses the corpus callosum to call the other side of the brain. So when you think of the cerebral cortex, cortex means the outside layer. And so outside layer, such as your clothes, they cover your body. So the cortex, or the outside layer, covers the brain. Yay! Woo!
Okay, so the last thing we want to talk about is the placebo effect. The placebo effect is when you give someone, let's say, the placebo, which actually has no real effect on its own, but tell them that it can cause certain things. Let's see an example of this. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna give Dylan this sugar that actually does nothing but tell him he can get a bit woozy by taking it. So let's see how this goes. Hey Dylan, so take this and try it. You might have a few side effects, you might feel a bit woozy, but let's just try it and see what happens. Oh, are you okay?
Nah, I feel a little woozy, man.
Do you think it was this stuff?
Yeah, I think it's really having an effect on me, man.
You know it's just sugar, right?
No, I'm telling you, there's something in. You're right, man. It is. I think I might be diabetic or something. So, one way to remember placebo effect is that you can split placebo into two separate words, place and bow. And basically, a placebo takes place of a drug and it causes bogus results